Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today's flight will be from RCKH to VHHH, which is from Taiwan Kaohsiung to Hong Kong. So let's set up our plane first, and we'll run our run our cockpit preparation checklist.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Engine master,
Both off,
weather radar, power supply, wind shear,
as required,
landing gear lever,
checked.
batteries,
Set on,
electrical power,
external power is on,
APU fire test,
checked.
ECAM recall,
Checked.
flaps,
Checked position,
speed brake lever,
checked retracted,
parking brake,
set on,
AccuBrake pressure,
set.
oxygen crew supply,
Set on,
cockpit voice recorder,
set on,
ground proximity warning system,
on,
flight control system,
on.
ADIRS,
Set to nav,
navigation lights,
set on,
cabin signs,
both on,
emergency lights,
checked and armed,
anti-ice,
off,
probe window heat,
auto,
air condition,
checked,
electric panel,
checked.
fuel pumps,
Set on,
hydraulics,
is checked,
engine fire test, number 1,
checked,
engine 2,
checked,
ventilation panel,
is checked,
anti-skid,
on,
radio management panel,
set on,
weather radar, gain, mode,
checked,
thrust levers,
idle,
engine mode selector,
checked normal,
ATC, mode, system, altitude reporting,
checked,
TCAS,
checked standby,
oxygen mask test.
checked,
Flight director,
on,
checklist complete.
So let's review our flight plan here. Looks good. So today we are planning to use runway 27 for takeoff. As you can see, the visibility is a bit low today, but it's still acceptable. So that wouldn't be a problem at all, I think. And now we have to load the aircraft. Let's see. So for our passengers today, we will have 194 passengers. And cargo will be 0, and fuel, let's see, our block fuel today is about 6.85, and we'll load it instantly. Here we go. Here's our load sheet. Looks good, looks good. Let's see. trim this. Alright. Now let's continue to fill our init B page. Here we go. And performance, we're gonna use flaps 1 for takeoff. Looks good. Here we go. So QNH is 1015. Temperature 21 degrees. Wind, it's 9 knots, 0 degrees. And we'll use flaps 1 plus F configure for takeoff. And in case of any engine failure, we'll climb out in runway heading. And our V1 speed is 144 and our rotate speed is also 144 and our V2 speed is 147. So that's good. Oh, and our yep, adheres are lined up. So initially, so today's cruise level will be flight level 360. So because this is a short flight, initially we're gonna climb to flight level 360 directly. Yeah, so let's set that up. Alright. Yeah, so I also noticed, so let's see, Para 1 Bravo. Let's see, oops. Nope. Let's find the chart. Paras 1 Bravo. Yep. So here it says we have to cross waypoint 609er below 8,000. But I think we're gonna ignore that today. So yeah, since there isn't any traffic right now on VetSim, and I think everything is set, and I think we can close the doors now so we can run our before start checklist.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Before start checklist.
Windows and doors.
Closed and locked.
APU.
Set on.
APU bleed.
Right now we're gonna wait for the APU to become available. It's gonna take a while.
Set on.
External power.
Disconnected and off.
Cabin signs.
Both on.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Barrel reference.
Checked. 1015.
1015. Check. Beacon lights.
Set on.
ATC.
Auto.
Checklist complete.
Right, we're gonna set our ATC to Unicorn 122.8 since there isn't any air traffic controller online in Kaohsiung. Yep. And we're gonna review our progress page. Our optimal cruise level will be flight level 361, so that's good. Our max will be 369er, but we won't go to that. So we're just gonna cruise at flight level 360. And by the way, the time I'm currently flying in real life, it's nighttime, but I decided to change the time in the simulator to daytime because for the last stream I did a flight in nighttime and I just wanted to do a flight on daytime this time, so I hope you guys will understand. And now let's request pushback.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback. Locking gear. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Parking brakes
Commencing
released.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting engine number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Engine 2 is stabilized.
Starting engine number 1.
Starting number 1.
Engine 1 is stabilized.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
So in a moment, we'll be running our after start checklist.
Unlocking gear.
After start checklist.
Engine mode selector.
Check normal.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Set off.
APU master.
Set off.
Ground spoilers.
Set.
Rudder trim.
Check 0.
Pitch trim.
Set.
Flaps.
Flaps 1.
Flight controls.
Left is clear. Right is
Full
clear.
left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Check. Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
ECAM door page.
Checked.
Hand signal.
Received.
Checklist complete.
Right. So now we'll turn on our lights. Okay, and now we'll taxi to runway 27.
Taxiing checklist.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Brake check. Brake check. Brake check.
Pedal pressed. Checked 0. Checked.
Auto brakes.
Max.
Takeoff data.
Reviewed.
FCU.
Checked.
Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Weather radar. Power supply. Wind shear.
Checked and set.
TO config.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Yeah, so today it will be a quick flight. It will be about an hour, I think. So let's increase some thrust here so we can speed up a little bit. And in the real life, the A321, even at idle thrust, it will speed up itself during taxi. But what I'm using right now is Aerosoft A321 Professional, and it doesn't do that for some reason. I wonder if the FS Labs A320 will do the same thing. Someday if I have enough money, I will buy the FS Labs A320 to try out, I guess. Everything is fine. Ecam memo, no blue. So let's see. What I'm using here is just the default scenery of P3D. I also used Orbs Global. I didn't purchase any RCKH scenery, but it still looked good in the default scenery in my opinion. However, the airport is a little bit simple. Let's see. So here's our runway, but for today we will use the full length of the runway. So we're gonna first taxi to the end and then line up and wait on the runway. Right, let's run our before takeoff checklist.
Flight attendants, seats for takeoff. Before takeoff checklist.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
Brake fans.
Off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
TCAS.
Approaching. 2.
T8RA, tilt above.
Exterior lights.
Set on.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Checklist complete.
On runway. 27.
Alright, let's announce our takeoff. Kaohsiung traffic, Cathay 494, line up and take off runway 27, Kaohsiung. Right. And let's set our thrust.
Takeoff. Man, flex, SRS and runway.
Check. Thrust set. $100 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Navigation.
Check. Exterior lights. Gear is up. Lights off.
Altimeter setting.
Flaps thrust.
Speed check. Flaps 0.
Autopilot on. And the after takeoff checklist.
Engine mode selector.
Check normal.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
Flat.
Check retracted.
Landing gear.
Gear up, lights off.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Pack.
Both on.
Altimeter setting.
Anti-ice.
Off.
TCAS.
Set.
Altimeter.
1015.
1015. Checked. Checklist complete.
So you see it's quite foggy and you hardly can see anything outside right now. So I'm gonna switch the view. Yep. So right now we're climbing to flight level 360
Altimeter setting.
and we're ignoring the restriction here. Let's see. Yep. So you see, because it's quite a short flight, so here's our top of climb,
Altimeter setting.
and after about, let's say, 40 miles, I guess, then it's already our top of descent, so you can see how short our flight is.
Altimeter setting.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Lights off.
Off. Cabin signs.
Both off.
Right now I'm checking if we have any ATC in Hong Kong, but it seems like we don't have any ATC in Hong Kong, so yep, so today's flight is going to be with no ATC available. So we're gonna fly
Transition altitude.
the plane on our own.
Arrow reference set and cross-check.
Check.
I have some drink for you, Captain. Here you are.
Thank you very much for the drink. So we have some precipitation here, but I think it will be no factor. Let's see. Yep. So right now our optimal cruise level is flight level 350. However, we have set our cruise level to flight level 360. But since in the course of the flights, the plane will reduce weight, and this number will keep going up. So by the time we reach flight level 360, the optimal cruise level will also increase to flight level 360, I think. So there's no need to worry about there's no need to worry about damaging the plane or whatsoever. So we'll see if the plane can't climb to flight level 360, we'll just stick to flight level 340 if we have to. Also, I heard Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out in about 2 days, 1 day. So be sure to tell me what you think about the game. I'm also very excited to play it, so I'll also be streaming Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out, so be sure to check it out. Thing, so that's good. Yep, still no ATC available in Hong Kong. I would expect to have some like ground controllers, but tonight seems to be a little bit quiet in Hong Kong. in about 100 miles we'll be on our top of climb, and then in a few, let's see, and then in like 20 nautical miles we'll start our top of descent. So this shows how short our flight is today. Let me show you the outside view. Surprisingly, there is no clouds. Yep. I'm using Active Sky P3D. It has been released for like a few days, but I still think it has a little bit of problem. No clouds, yep. Let's see if we refresh the weather and see what happens. I guess this is because there isn't any clouds in the real life right now. And also I'm using enhanced atmosphere mode in P3D, so the clouds look a lot better than default. However, it uses a lot of my VRAM, so sometimes it shuts down, but I've tweaked my settings a little bit. So yeah, I'm using less filtering, so right now the sim is kinda stable for me. Our fuel right now is looking good. We have about 1 tons of extra fuel, so that's good. Like we have some traffic here. It's below our 5,000 feet. Interesting, interesting. So it's going to Taipei apparently. I believe it will be no factor, and right now we have reached our cruising altitude. By the time we've reached Pilato, we will be entering the Hong Kong airspace. Seems we're gonna keep monitoring this aircraft here. Yep. Looks like it's below us. And hopefully it won't crash into us. Hopefully it will keep. Yep. There it is. Whee! Alright. Now, right now we'll just wait to cross Elato and then we'll announce our position on Unicorn. Although I don't think many people care about Unicorn since like people are gonna descend in their own way. Unless there is a traffic controller controlling, so well, since we still have some time, let me bring you over to our arrival procedure. So we're gonna use AB3 Alpha rifle. We're gonna cross Muscle at flight level 130 and at 280 knots, and then we'll continue to descend accordingly to our ILS 07 left procedure, and let's see, ILS 07 left. Here we go. So we're gonna cross Limes at max 6,000 feet or minimum 3,000 feet. So I'm planning to cross Limes at 4,000 feet and then we'll continue to descend to Tonic at 2,000 feet, and then we can start our approach to runway 07 left. Yep, and for the misapproach procedure, we will climb to 5,000 feet, and then, as you can see, we will turn left to the D, and we'll proceed to Victor Hotel 754 accordingly, and then we'll just go to Sampu, following the waypoints there. We'll loop around like that. Yep. Oh, and the transition altitude is 9,000 feet. And here it says the speed constraint during the approach. So we have to cross Tonic at 180 knots and maintain until here. Oh wait. Yep. Maintain until Delta 7. Let's see. Tonic. Well, for some reason I can't find it, but yeah, we have to, and then we have to cross Delta 4 at 150 and between 150 and 160 knots. Yep, so that's it. And let's see, we have crossed Ilato, so let's announce our position at in the Unicom channel. Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 494 at flight level 360, crossing Ilato, RB3 Alpha arrival, ILS 07 left, Hong Kong. Right, and alright, that's about it. Now we just wait for our top of descent. About 31 miles, we'll start our descent preparation checklist. So if you haven't noticed, this is my second time streaming, and if you're on YouTube watching this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. I will definitely post more videos in the future, and as I said before, I will be streaming Cyberpunk 2077, and I will definitely post videos of my gameplay, so definitely subscribe and yep, keep supporting me as usual. That will make me very happy. Yep, one thing I do like about this aircraft is you have this sun screen or whatever, and you have your tray table here. You can call the flight attendants to get a cup of coffee, which is kind of cool to me, I guess. But we're not gonna do that now because we're gonna like start a descent in 20 miles. So yeah. Let's see if we can grab our arrival information here. Let's go to Etsu. arrival 80s. Nope, not allowed. I guess we have to wait for a second here. We'll try again later. Hopefully we can get the arrival information, because we have to fill out our performance page for our approach. In my opinion, this aircraft is
Descent preparation checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Landing information.
Received.
Altimeter.
Standard.
Landing elevation.
Checked.
Vero radio.
Set.
TCAS.
Set.
Checklist complete.
So now we're gonna start our descent. We're gonna descend to flight level 130 initially to reach at Muscle. So let's start our descent.
Initiating descent.
FMA check.
So what I was about to say, in my opinion, I love the aircraft. I love this aircraft because it's beautiful. I love the design of the cockpit. It's very modern, although it's not really a modern aircraft. It's a little bit old right now, if you do the research, but still quite modern to me. So since we're now descending, we're gonna announce our position again in Unicorn. Hong Kong traffic Cathay 494 is now leaving flight level 340 and descending to flight level 130 to reach at Muscle, Hong Kong. That will do. Let me check if we have any ATC available in Hong Kong. Apparently not. Apparently there's no ATC, so we're gonna continue on our own. And by the way, I love the Hong Kong airport scenery, and you'll see it in a minute. It's absolutely incredible. And if you want to see it in the night time, you can check out my last stream or my last video. Then you can see Hong Kong International Airport in nighttime. It's also quite beautiful, but for me, I like seeing it in the daytime. So let's request our arrival information again. Hopefully it works. Seems like it does. Yep, we'll print that out. Here we go. And we'll start inserting the numbers here. So QNH 1018. Temperature in Hong Kong currently is 90 degrees. Wind 040 degrees and 6 knots. And the decision height is 200, and we'll use full landing configuration for this landing. That means we'll use full flaps. One thing I forgot is to set our speed to 280 knots. That will speed up our descent a little bit, but not quite much. Also, if you haven't noticed already, we have a huge headwind, so our flight time might be a little bit longer than expected. Let's see. There's no way to check it right now. I guess we'll find out when we land. After that, yeah, I guess we'll find out when we're at the gate. let's take a look outside. So in front of us is Hong Kong. Let's see. I'm surprised there is like no clouds at all. Let's search. So let's see. Well, I guess there's no clouds reported here. So yep. Guess we have to deal with that. And in 5 minutes we're gonna be further descending to Limes. We're gonna cross Limes at about 4,000 feet, and then we'll descend to 2,000 feet at Tonic. I mean, to reach a Tonic at 2,000 feet, and then we can arm or approach and start our landing procedure right there. you see some mountains.
1000.
We have about an hour of fuel left, so that's good. That will be enough. And now we're leveling off, like level 130. Now we can start a descent to 4,000 feet. And we'll announce that on Unicorn. Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 494 is now leaving flight level 130, descending to 4,000 feet to reach at Limes, Hong Kong. There we go, we're starting to descend. We'll set our barrel reference later once we cross our transition altitude. Oh, also I forgot to mention that on the 12th of December there is going to be an event. I will be flying from Taipei to Hong Kong. On that day there will be full ATC support that day, so you see it will be a totally it will be a total different situation compared to today, because today we don't have any ATC. But on that day there will be a lot of traffic, there will be a lot of ATCs, the airspace is going to be very busy, so be sure to come and check out my channel on that day, and we'll have a nice flight from Taipei to Hong Kong on that day. Right, so we're heading to Tango Delta.
Auto brakes.
Medium.
I don't know about medium. I think I'm gonna be using low auto brakes because the runway is a bit long in Hong Kong International Airport. But we also want to exit on the first exit, which is Alpha 7. Let me pull up the charts here. So here's the runway that we're landing, and here's Alpha 7. So there's a high chance I'm gonna be using manual brakes and exit on Alpha 7. And then we will taxi to our gate, which is here. which is Delta 205. So yeah. So right now you can see Hong Kong right there. This is the default scenery. I'm waiting for the Samsung 3D Hong Kong scenery to be released on P3D. So yeah. You can see there's not much to look at. Looks like we have some turbulence here, or whatever that is.
Transition altitude.
Barrow reference set and cross-checked. 1018.
1018. Checked.
Hopefully we won't encounter this during our landing. That would suck.
Altimeter setting.
Looks like the turbulence has ended. Oh, it's starting again.
2000.
2,000 feet to go, and once we've reached Limes, we'll start descending to 2,000 feet immediately, just so that we will be on profile.
Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
It's rather bumpy, wouldn't you
1,000.
say, for this approach? Let's see. Oh, it does say scattered at 4,000 feet. Interesting. I didn't see that on the active sky. And once we've reached Limes, we'll again announce that we're inbound ILS 07 left. And let's start our approach checklist.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Cabin signs.
Checked.
Nav accuracy.
Checked.
Bearer reference.
Checked. 1018.
1018. Checked. Exterior lights.
Set on.
Altimeter
Checklist
setting.
complete.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing.
Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 494 inbound ILS 07 left.
Altimeter setting.
1000.
1,000 checked. Let's slow down on our
2,500.
descent.
Altimeter setting.
Let's put flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
Flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Flaps 2, it's also on. We'll arm the approach button.
Altimeter setting.
We'll also arm the second autopilot.
Second autopilot is on.
However, we won't
Gear
be
down.
doing an
Gear
auto
down.
land today.
Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Since manual landing is always better than auto
Flaps
land,
full.
in my opinion.
Speed check. Flaps 4.
Altimeter setting.
Yep, so right now we're at 180 knots. Now we're decreasing our
Landing
speed.
checklist.
Landing gear.
Down and locked, 3 greens.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Auto brakes.
Altimeter
Low.
setting.
Exterior lights.
On.
Go around altitude.
Set.
Landing memo.
Checked, no blue.
Checklist complete.
So everything are set. Now we just wait for our localizer to be captured.
Altimeter
Localizer
setting.
alive.
Localizer alive. And
Flight
wait
slowed
for the
alive.
diamond.
Altimeter setting.
Localizer captured.
Localizer is captured. We'll announce that we're on final runway 07 left on Unicom right now. Hong Kong traffic Cathay 494, ILS 07 left established on final runway 07 left Hong Kong.
Altimeter setting.
Right?
Hong Kong traffic, Philippine 173 over lines for ILS 07 left.
So we have an aircraft behind us, but that's okay.
Altimeter setting.
It should be no factor by the time they land. We will already be out of the runway. So yep. So at about 500 feet from ground, we're gonna disconnect the autopilot and we're gonna land the aircraft ourselves. Flaps are full and auto brakes are low.
1000.
And speed brake is armed. Everything are set. So we have the airport in sight.
Approaching. 07 left. Altimeter setting.
Runway 07 left confirmed.
$500.
500 feet.
Autopilot off.
disconnecting Autopilot.
$400.
Glide slope is good.
100 above. 300. Minimum 200.
Continue.
100. 50. 40, 30, retard 10, 5,
Ground spoilers. Reverse green.
Idle thrust. Right, we'll use manual
Auto
brakes here,
off.
and then we'll exit at Alpha 7. Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 494 is cleared of runway 07 left, now taxiing to Delta 205. Alright.
APU on.
After landing checklist.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Ground spoilers.
Hong Kong traffic, Philippine
Set
173
off.
is
Engine
published
low selector.
ILS 07
Check
left.
normal.
Flaps.
Check retracted.
TCAS.
Set.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
APU.
On.
Weather radar. Power supply. Wind shear.
Both off.
Checklist complete.
Alright, so welcome to Hong Kong, everyone. Now we just have to find our gate. So that guy behind us is now landing. So here's Delta 205. Let's flip the plane around and we'll follow the parking guidance system. Oops. Stop. We'll set the parking brakes. And now we can shut down our engines. Let's see. Before that, let's connect to external power first. Traffic cones, wheel chocks. Alright. Let's turn on external power. Good.
And the parking checklist.
Parking brake and chocks.
Parking brakes released.
Engine master.
Both off.
Cabin signs.
Set off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Set off.
ATC.
Standby.
Checklist complete.
Awesome. Now we'll turn off our APU and let's see our flight report. So the flight time today 1 hour and 10 minutes, which is acceptable.
Hong Kong traffic, Philippine 173 will vacate Alpha 8.
And our touchdown rates 190 feet per minute, which is also acceptable. Landing speed is 135 knots.
Hong Kong traffic, Philippine 173.
Alright, let's check our sim toolkit report. blah. Alright, so the thresholds here. Wait. Our touchdown point is here. Yep. Looks good. So our heading was 2 degrees off. I think that's acceptable. Difference, yep, 2 degrees. Let's see, logbook. Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, that's about it. Let's request the boarding. Jetway confirm. We'll disconnect VACSIM since it's useless now. We'll go over to the outside view. Look at this airport, it's beautiful. I like the glasses are transparent, which is close to real life. Let's see it from the cockpit. Yep, absolutely amazing. And outside, even the jetways are transparent, which is nice. Alright, that concludes our flight today. If you like my stream, please follow my channel. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.